Hello, how are you doing? Today's video I'm going to show you some eye looks for Valentine's Day. Yes, but before I will hide this stuff, I ate something that I shouldn't, but I have no idea what. So I will try to tell you what is this video about while putting some things on my face. Something that I'm going to do, the eye looks, is, of course, I will do one eye off camera so I know exactly what to do, and I will show you the next with the next eye. I won't do my face, just only the eye looks. What I'm going to do is I will put concealer, like mimicking that I have the whole makeup done, but I will try to talk about some stuff throughout this thing. You know, Valentine's Day, we want to look beautiful. It's not so that I'm showing them by now. Okay, we have a major something there. So in my opinion, makeup should last, and we should not be like, how is my foundation? It's breaking apart. How is my lipstick? Is it there? Is it not? Bled everywhere. So we need to choose makeup that we completely forget about them and just look fabulous all day long. This is the first eye look, and I'm just using these two eyeshadow palettes. The first thing that I'm going to do is I will put this pinky-ish, it's more corally shade. Will be my transition shade. What I want to do is, it could be something more exaggerated. I just wiping and cleaning the brush. So I have the same brush with this shade here that is a light pinkish cream. I will blend the edges. This might be a little bit of wash off color because I really wanted to see how it looks, and for the camera I'm just making it pop a bit more. So, or maybe not. You can get a little bit to even them out. Yes, of course. Then, once that is blended, I will grab again that shade and I will intensify a little bit right here. I will grab this shade, this here. This one will require some layering because I don't want to have to blend a lot. I want to build more than blend. So I will be stopping motions. And then I will put it out a bit more. So this is what I did just right here, right here. You will see this one kind of soft and this one kind of pop because of the camera. Sometimes the phones have a weird setting and will wash off the color. So I would tell you this is beautiful, but this is kind of with the shades a bit more less blended, let's say. You will adjust the intensity of what you want or what you go and wear. So good. I will keep this aside for a second, and with my finger I will put this shade here that is a cool toned pink, but it's so metallic that it, with my finger, just like that. And because I kind of go over this beautiful shade, I will grab a tiny bit, just a tiny bit, and I will mix them. You go over the amount of time that you want. A piece of advice is, if you, for example, finish your look and then you see a crease, separation, oiliness, grab the brush, put some product, blend, and I found out that I didn't have the problem anymore. So sometimes the same shade will crease on me and sometimes it won't, because I get my eyelid a bit oilier that day for some reason. So, and now just putting some more on the outer part because I want this shade to pop. I will try to make them even so I can have the photos, because sometimes I take a photo of this eye and then I took this eye and I choose this eye because it looks better in camera. So I will fix them, but basically this is the look I can get with a clean brush. If I need something more blended. Do you need hundreds of brushes? No, no hundreds of brushes, just a couple of them, and that's it. What I'm going to do now is, like I did this eye, you can do something in the lower lash line if you want. In the lower lash you can connect, you can do a wing. This is the base, the base. Sometimes I like adding something to the eye look, like this is kind of the final, but these are kind of, this one in particular, you can add more elements to it. I prefer like this because it's kind of more girly like, more towards that inner Barbie that we have. So yes, applying the mascara had a problem. It was too wet and I went with a brush that has nothing on it so I can separate them, and the product went to my eyelid. So I let it dry, and what I'm going to do is slightly scrubbing it. And if you need to reapply, because sometimes mascaras, this is not waterproof, but waterproof ones, they're kind of difficult to take them off. So basically you need to just scratch, and there's some product on the brush, so you need to go with the brush. I just cleaned it before this happened, so it's a little bit wet. Let's grab the same shade and reapply it a tiny bit on top. There's some mascaras that you will take them easily, just with a tiny bit, with even with the finger, and nothing happens. But sometimes it will kind of stay stuck in there, so you need to kind of go like I did with some sort of a Q-tip or this cotton something, and reapply that part of the shadow. It's not the end of the world, happens often, and sometimes the mascara collects in here, and you need to go again with the brush and kind of go detailing work. Happens often. It's not that, maybe your application is not a product. So yeah, this is the final look. My lashes are not cooperating today, so keep that in mind. I used this mascara with this wand, kind of separating them, but they didn't want it to, so I won't in the next two. And where are you? Actually, yeah, I used this one on the waterline. Of course, you can use your highlighter that you're going to use on the cheeks if you're that kind of person, in the inner corner and right here if you want to. Let's go to the next eye look. Well, that is the turn of this purple look. Of course, you can adjust this. If you don't like the crease color, you can adjust it. I like it how it is. I really like it. I used these two eyeshadow palettes to achieve this. So the first one is going to be this shade here. That's why you can just go directly with this one, or the mix is up to you. But I will put this cool toned mauve, pink, something, just right there. I don't know if you can see it. Let's hope you can. I already pre-based with the concealer. I will put everything down below, so don't alarm. So we kind of be a tiny bit of a messy, you know, with this shade. It's pigmented, but it's soft at the same time and blends beautifully. Great. What I'm going to do now is grab this matte purple, and I will. The cars outside are kind of. Don't pay attention to the cars outside. Just putting a tiny bit of that lilac shade here. Just a tiny bit in the crease. I wanted to keep it as light as possible, this eye look, because this eye look could be a complement for the very black dress, because it's nice and soft but yet colorful. So yeah, once we have that, we will cast to the next palette, that is the Wow edition, and I will grab this shade here that is a duochrome. So I will place this right in the middle. just kind of get distracted because I'm just looking at a mirror that has some magnified mirror instead of the other one. This is kind of weird. Let me just, so I can look better. Yeah, there we go. Was struggling a bit because when I make it, I didn't have the mirror in my hand. I will go back with the lilac shade, so I have the two of them nicely blended. And again, and now in the inner part of the lid I will mix this shade here that is kind of, it has shimmer to it, but it's more satin finish than metallic finish. It has some sheen to it. I already have some of the other shade mix here, so that's why you might think that it's already shimmery, but it mixed with this topper that is here that is beautiful. I don't know if you can see, but it's beautiful. And of course on top again with these two mid. There we go. So now is the turn of the concealer here, cleaning this part. You can totally get another shade, let's say this one, and put it on the lower lash, black. You can put whatever you want. This is the base. I don't put things on the lower lash unless the pop of color. So you choose whatever you want to do. I will finish the look. Well, and I will add this one. Just, I said, I will add something. So I will add a tiny bit here, tiny bit here. Just in case. Or we can use our highlighter, like I said before. Something also, because I said I just only make a pop of, just use the pop of color. Or when I go very dark and I want to get that out, like a cat effect, that's the only thing that I'm going to use on the lower lash. So two things that I do, and I always try to have this clean so it can be lifted as my eyes go a tiny bit down, and because I'm 34 years old, my eyes started getting a little bit lower, so maybe the eyes have started being uneven. That's why sometimes I need to adjust one of the eyes after the other one. Keep that in mind too. I used this eyeliner, and of course let's go for the final look. Maybe a tiny bit more smoky eye, maybe. Well, this is a smoky eye, sort of, with deep purple slash violet slash plum, whatever you want to call it, with the gold, because I like purples with golds. Yeah, so many things happened here. Yeah, I will show you. I used this eyeshadow palette, probably one shade for one only. I already primed, and I made different order of stuff. I am not convinced, so I kind of go on top of another shade. So I will show you the final result in this one, despite of how it looks this one. So first of all, I'm gonna grab the Smoke Eye, the Smoke Edition, and I will apply it. This eye look I highly recommend to use before makeup. So foundation, the concealer, everything. So I will go generously this area. I will grab some more. So what I'm going to do is I will get different shades, the same sort of color. Actually, I used another brush, but it was so small that it was okay for detailing, but not for, okay, the brush just attacked me. For detailing, but not for the application. So I will keep getting some more, just layering this thing. And now I will grab with the same brush, because I used this brush for this thing, to be fairly honest with you. I will grab from the Color Edition, the last one, this shade here, that is deeper than the one I just grabbed, and I placed it right here. The two shades are slightly, one is slightly darker than the other one. And I'm exaggerating down here because I will clean it, but I will keep one part so I can do the bottom lash. Now that that shade is there, what I'm going to do before going into the actual, I'm kind of going all over the place on purpose. I will grab this brush, I think, yes, this brush, and I will just grab a tiny bit of this one, just a tiny bit, and I will go on top of this one, just on top. That's it. From this same palette, I will grab this shade here, that is a duochrome, and I will place that one just in the center. A little bit more press. Great. Fascinating. From this palette, the Nude palette, I will grab this one, the fourth shade. Before that, I placed this gold, but it was too much gold, and it was not for this look. So what I did was I grabbed the other side of the same brush that I put the other one, and I will focus this in the inner corner. I grabbed a bit more, but wet. So I wetted, and what I did was pressing, just pressing the shade I grabbed more. And now I feel that is way much better than the other option that I had. This one was kind of, I wet too much the brush, that it was kind of moving the color around because the brush was too wet. That's the struggles I had in this creation. What I'm going to do, because it's almost done, I will grab the same brush that I cannot find. This is the brush that I'm talking about. Now we grab from the Nude this first shade. And what I'm going to do is I will just go like this, flat to that side. I know this one looks a tiny bit better, right? Because after doing this, I'm grabbing a tiny bit more of that white. Diffusing it. I went back to the first shade, and I place it again. And I extended it a tiny bit outwards. If you think that they're not even, but you like this one, you can take a tiny bit of a makeup wipe or a Q-tip with a tiny bit of a makeup remover and go and clean the edge and then blend again that edge, so it won't be like just a cut edge, you know, just to be a bit more blended. That's what I'm going to do. So with the Q-tip, like I said, I will take a tiny bit more of that makeup remover and go like this. Because it was kind of a cleaner edge. You can do this. It's not the technique that I used here, it's another technique. With a clean and dry, you dry this, and then you go and blend the edge with that white shade that I used first. This might take a while. Of course, that this side here has more a prominent pigment, so I will bring the color forward or to the inner corner, so I have that. Again, if you want a clean edge, you go with a Q-tip and do the clean edge. So this is the first part. You can go also with this, okay, and clean that edge and have it a tiny bit more blended. Good. I will complete the part that is putting this thing, cleaning it a tiny bit, like this, so it's neat. So now I can apply the concealer. Now it's the turn of the lower lash. What I'm going to do is I will pick from these two eyeshadow palettes this last shade and a tiny bit of the black. So this shade with an angled brush, I will place it right there. With the brush that I use, that purple, I will kind of blend tiny bit, so tiny bit, and with a smaller brush, tiny, just in the outer part. It's kind of more smoky. Looks better, this one. It's just fixing it. Last, I will grab some sort of a more small fluffy brush, and I will use from the color this first shade that is a metallic white, and I will place it right here, a bit up here too, and right here. What do you think? Do we like this? Of course, you can use all the shades, browns, you can use greens, you can use blues. Actually, I love doing this, but with blue. And instead of gold or a golden shade with some silver, also this one with silver could be great. With a pink and rose, could be also great. So this is the final look that I wanted to bring to you, and I will do all the three in Spanish, totally different, for Valentine's Day too. So if you want to go and check the video, just go and check it. I hope you liked it. Thumbs up, subscribe, notification with the bell on, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.